Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to deploy the AVG Remote Administration tool in a network. AVG Remote Administration is a free tool that makes the lives of administrators of both large and small networks easier. It allows you to remotely manage all AVG clients installed within the network and save bandwidth by having AVG clients update from local storage rather than having each individual client connect and download updates from the internet separately. It also contains useful features that let you install AVG on all connected PCs remotely without the need to be physically present. In this video tutorial, we will show you how to install the latest version of AVG Remote Administration and take it live. Because of the advanced nature of the Remote Administration tool, this tutorial is intended for advanced users and administrators. So let's get started. In the first step, we need to install all necessary components. In our example, we will be installing all components on the same PC, but in a real environment, some parts are usually installed on different hardware. For example, the admin server part might be installed on a server, and the admin console interface could be installed on the administrator's personal PC. But as we mentioned in this example, we will be installing everything on this PC. We'll launch the Remote Administration Installation Package, which is available for download from our website. We already have it on the desktop. After extracting the files into a temporary folder and checking whether the system is compatible, the installation wizard is displayed. Here, in the first step, it is possible to select the language for installation. We will keep English. To continue with the installation, it is necessary to accept the license agreement. As mentioned, this tool is available free of charge. You do not need to pay any extra money for it. But to install it, you need to have an AVG license number from a business product. This means AVG Internet Security or Antivirus Business Edition or an AVG Server Edition license number. Just insert the license number into the appropriate field. We have already copied it to the clipboard, so we'll just paste it there. Here, we are asked what kind of installation we want to perform. Custom and quick installations differ in the number of options you can change during the installation process. The Lite installation is a limited version of AVG Remote Administration without the remote management of stations. We will use the custom installation option. On the right-hand side, you can also see the option to enable or disable the installation of the AVG 2012 gadget. In the next step, we can change which parts will be installed on this PC. When installing on a server, you will probably only install the AVG admin server part. And on your personal PC, you will be installing AVG admin console and AVG network installer wizard. And now the installation is in progress. We'll speed up the process a little bit. After the installation has successfully completed, there is a question about whether you are willing to participate in the Product Improvement Program. To close the installation wizard, just click Finish. Okay, right now we are halfway done. All of the selected parts of AVG Remote Administration are installed, but nothing is working yet. To take the Remote Administration tool live, we need to create the initial configuration. This will be done during AVG Admin Server Deployment Wizard, which is launched automatically right after the installation is finished. Without going through this at least once, AVG Remote Administration will not work. And here it is. The AVG Admin Server Deployment Wizard. It configures the two roles of admin server. The first is the data center role, which acts like a communication bridge between all parts of remote administration. The second one is the update proxy role, which is responsible for centralized updates of all installed AVG clients from a local source. In other words, all update files that are requested and downloaded from the internet are stored locally on the admin server. And if they are requested again by another station, they are offered from local storage instead of being downloaded from the internet. Here you can choose whether to enable and configure both roles of admin server or just one of them. We will configure both. The first part of the wizard deals with the data center role. In this step, we have to select what database will be used to hold all of the information. AVG Remote Administration supports 5 databases, both free and commercial, to suit a wide range of networks. We will select the Firebird database, which is embedded in the AVG Remote Administration installation package. So, we do not need to deal with anything else. For the other databases, a separate installation of the database engine would be necessary. This step is for importing data into the newly created database from a previously created export, or from Active Directory if its presence is detected on the network. In our case, we are installing for the first time, and Active Directory is not present, so we can skip this step. For security reasons, it is possible to protect access to the admin server with a username and password. When this is enabled, all parts of AVG Remote Administration that try to communicate with admin server will need to know this username and password. This can prevent unauthorized changes in settings. We will set it up. We'll use AVG user as the username and password as the password. Of course, this is a weak password, but for our purposes, it is sufficient. And now we have reached the second part of the admin server deployment wizard, namely the settings of the update proxy role. The first question is where to locally store the update files that are downloaded from the internet. As a note, this folder does not have to be shared for the station. We will keep the default settings. Now we are asked from where admin server will be downloading update files for stations. Again, there is no need to change anything here. This dialog is similar to the previous one, but this one configures the update sources for stations. As you can see, the admin server address is the first source of updates, including the username and password specified in the previous dialogs. This means that stations will request updates for your local admin server instead of the internet. And finally, we have a summary of all the settings. You can review them and go back in case something needs to be changed. Otherwise, you can click Deploy to start the deployment process. Here, it is also possible to enable the automatic sending of server dumps for analysis. Now the deployment is in progress. It consists of several tasks. Normally this might take about 1 minute, but we will speed up the process a bit. And that's it. Now, after clicking Finish, AVG Remote Administration will go live. From this point on, everything is ready and working. We can check the status of AVG Admin Server. As you can see, it is running and there are no errors displayed in the log, so everything is okay. Now, let's open the settings of Admin Server. Here on the tabs we can see and, if necessary, modify the settings. Some important tabs are AVG Data Center Settings, where there are settings related to the data center role, and settings related to the update proxy role. All of the installed parts of AVG Remote Administration can of course be launched directly from the Start menu. Now let's check the Admin Console. When first launching the Admin Console, we are asked to which admin server we want to connect. And because we have protected our admin server with username and password, we have to enter these credentials here as well. You will first see the dashboard with an overview of the remote administration state. In the left navigation tree, you can select what you want to display. This will appear in the View window. For example, by selecting the station branch, details about connected stations are displayed. But in our case, we do not have any stations connected, so nothing is visible here for now. There is another video tutorial to show you how to remotely install and connect a station to remote administration. The last thing we will do is activate the sidebar gadget, which we chose to install. Just open the Gadgets dialog and double-click the AVG Remote Administration gadget. This will enable the sidebar gadget that displays the status of AVG Admin Server. If the gadget is not connected to admin server and does not display any information, it is necessary to configure the connection. And that's everything. AVG Remote Administration is now installed and working properly. So our next task is to install and connect some stations to it. But that is covered in our next video tutorial. You can visit our web pages, download installation files and documentation, check our FAQs, or contact our 24/7 technical support at any time. Thanks for protecting your computer with AVG.